Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you had a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend because it is Sunday night, so hopefully you had a wonderful weekend as well. My mom said hi. I told her I was going to record and she said alright, tell everybody I said hi, so my mom said hi. So then this piece is this week's piece. It's another self-reflective piece. I've noticed that, well, it was my intention kinda, but all these pieces that I've been doing are more or less like a diary entry, and the voiceover is just me narrating my diary entry to you guys, and I hope you are enjoying it. They're pretty honest pieces, and I'm as honest as I can be when I talk about the subject matter of the pieces that I show you guys. And if you are interested at any point on any one of these pieces, the originals are always available. You just have to message me on Instagram or whisper me on Twitch. But yeah, so this one I kind of wanted to call it, I'm not sure about the name of it yet, but spiraling out of negativity. That's kind of like the idea of it. It's again, personal piece based on my own situation and where I found myself in. And you see a character kneeling outside of this door that leads into this spiral of negativity. And inside there's a little chair there, so the character was just by themselves inside, sitting on a chair and just being surrounded by this negative vibes. The point of it is just that, you know, if you see him, he's not necessarily like upset or crying. At the end you're gonna see that he has a very like peaceful demeanor in his face, and it's because he's finally out of this negative rut that he was trapped in, more or less. And it's where I was, you know, I was in a very negative spiral as far as like emotional spiral and like mental. I mean, I'm pretty sure like your mental state influences your emotional state and vice versa, you know. So I was in this very weird negative vibe that I didn't realize I was in until I had things transpire and like conversations transpire. And then I was like, yo, you're pretty fucking negative. Cut it out, you know. Cut the shit out. You can't be negative all the time. So I did my best, and I stopped being as negative. And you know, it's still kind of work in progress, but I am definitely not in that rut anymore, and it's not a spiraling kind of sensation anymore, because it was like a spiral of like a downward spiral of negativity. And that's why there's upside down faces on this design, just to give you the idea of it going down rather than up, because initially when I had to sketch it out, the faces were right side up and moving. It would look like it would be moving upwards, but now that they're upside down, it gives you more the idea of them moving downward, and that goes to emphasize the whole downward spiral of negativity. And I was a little bit hesitant to how I was gonna go about rendering this piece, because it's not just a character, it's this, you know, abstract shape, more or less. I mean, it is a spiral, so it's like a cone or like a cylinder, but it's still something that I'm not used to rendering, let alone in just white ink. But it came out pretty good. I just made sure to make it very hectic in the sense that there's a lot of lines, a lot of diagonal lines to convey that motion of like the actual vortex, the spiral kind of going around. There's some chains around it just to emphasize how I felt trapped. Maybe you feel trapped also in some sort of like mental state. So that's why the chains are there, because it's just to emphasize that feeling of being trapped in this spiral. And all the faces are very much in pain, you know, because it's a spiral of that stems from kind of like grief maybe, or just pain, you know, internal pain and whatnot. And negative feelings, negative emotions lead to negative thoughts and negative behaviors, in my opinion. So that's why I was there, you know. I still had lingering grief, you know, because it takes a while at least it took me a while for me to deal with my dad's passing, and I'm pretty sure now that I'm well past it, even though I might have to work on other things in the future. But I feel like with this piece, I see myself outside of that negative realm. And yeah, so this piece is for that, so to signify myself being free from this. And I had to turn the paper around because when I was rendering this faces, if I had left the paper right side up and the faces down, upside down, it was getting very hard for me to properly render the details of each face. And so I just opted for turning the paper around, and it works out fine. You know, I took a little bit of work to do all these faces. I had to like look up references for suffering, and then or like, you know, sadness, and then just kind of copied a few of them and then made them my own here and there. But I like the idea. I like the symbolism of these faces, you know, to further drive the point that this is a negative spiral. Because sometimes you do feel like you're spiraling down, or maybe you don't feel like spiraling down, because once you're inside it, you may not see the motion going down, but you're being pushed down by this negative force. So coming out of it now, and if you can see the face later on at the end of the video, he has a very peaceful demeanor because he's finally out of it. And then eventually you'll see that I give him a necklace with a key to symbolize that the way out of this negativity was always in me. You know, I always had the way out. It's just that I was blinded by this whole turmoil of negativeness going around me. But eventually, you know, hopefully you realize that, hey, I can get out of this too. And it takes personal effort to do so. But yeah, that's what this is. If you want the original, let me know. I can you can get in touch with me, and then we can work something out. But that's about it. You know, I had fun with this. It was a challenge. It was a little bit. I felt kind of rushed because I had to like record it today and finish it today. Everything has been done today. Today's Sunday at 9 p.m. Well, 9:45. So 9:45 is when I'm recording this on Sunday, because this whole week I was busy cooking, and cooking takes a while, so I didn't have time to do this, because I have to first. I usually go and kind of meditate outside in my backyard, and then like the images come to me. So I meditate on the topic that I want to draw about, and then eventually my mind formulates an image, and this comes out, you know, whatever the topic might be at the time. So I kind of try to tune myself to the muses, if you will, and then let them let me know what the image looks like. And here in the middle right now, I'm emphasizing the middle part of the vortex, because since it is a cylindrical shape, the middle should be brighter than the edges, just so you can emphasize that curvature towards the front of the page. And yeah, so now I'm just doing little touches with the door just to finalize it. But yeah, I had fun with it. Like I said, it took me a while to get it done, so I apologize for the late video. But at least it's going up today, you know. But yeah, so I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna let you watch the end of this video, which is about like another minute or so. And I'll see you next week, hopefully on an earlier time frame. But until next time, always remember to be kind to yourself and to each other. And hopefully you have a wonderful week. You can come and hang out with me on Twitch tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, hopefully you can come by and just say hi. Be like, yo, I saw your video. It was kind of cool. Or, yo, I saw your video. It sucked. No, either way, it doesn't matter. Just come on and hang out. We're cool. We have a cool crowd, a cool community, and we're just kind of hang out and have fun while we're drawing. I've been drawing a lot of digital art though, so it's not gonna be this, but it's gonna be fun. So I hope to see you, and yeah, peace.